Oh my god, it's part 3 of the No, not that button. Look at me. It's part 3 of the show, where we're looking at life versus song. And, you know, I wanna slightly disagree with myself on this. I think both arguments are appropriate, so I wanted to provide both. I was moaning and groaning at the end of the last segment. San is not as expand-focused as he should be on taking more expansions and on denying these expansions. And as much as I agree with that, if you can be really aggressive as Protoss, batter down the Zerg enough that when you do end up taking expansions, Zerg is in a worse spot. That's okay. That's okay. So, I mean, it's kind of like Vedanta Hinduism, you know, there are many rivers which flow into the same ocean. So the point of this game is to show you how fucking scary the ocean is. The ocean is Zerg having these 7 bases defended by swarm hosts, and I don't care if you have a massive Colossus and stuff. Transitioning to Stargates, it's fine, totally fine. Void Rays, Tempests, whatever, what have you. Denying these bases need to be the big thing. Here's where my biggest, I got a total, it's like when you're in first period in middle school and something upsets you. Call that a groaner. What? I think I tried to make a pun and I instead just made something up and lied. So this drop here, this drop looks fan-frickin-tastic, man, right? Right? Oh, it's an undefended base. We got Archons, as I used to call them. Yeah. We even got some observers. Ooh, we got another warp prism going on over here. Oh, look, and we're going to be pulling onto this side. Look. I'm scared that this base is really receiving no pressure. This is great. Groaner. Popped a groaner. I think that's probably what I should have said. I got upset. I got upset. Not out of nowhere, and I popped a groaner. Right? Like, so this seems great. Look at this hatch. This hatch is going down. I almost feel like this army... Here's some examples of the tactics that I don't mind. Coming up here, coming around here, parking like freaking here while the drop is going on, which would of course make the drop stronger, but once you're here you can BAM! Kill the threat. You can be the threat. You are the threat. Straight groaning. Get toasted, Zerg. This drop, no, don't pressure this expansion. No, don't do that. Give that to him, man. Keep the expansion. Don't get, no. No, he's gonna get the base up. Ugh. Ugh. Oh god, now it's time to go at ×8 speed. Okay, we have the army moving up here. It'll get pushed back. See those blue dots? Those are swarm hosts. Zerg does not mind that he lost this, because Zerg is not trying to go for a good income rate. Lots of bases gives you a good income rate. What Life is looking for is to have consumed a lot of resources by the end of the game. He doesn't care if he did it fast, he doesn't care if he did it slow, just as long as 7 bases of crap went to him, he's in Happy Town, USA. I want you to notice that this base isn't just up, this base has never been threatened. Ever. This base has never been threatened, dude. Now I want to show you something terrible. This is Christmas for Zergs and nightmare fuel for Protoss. Look at this. Spines and spores, spines and spores, swarm host betweens, and nothing more. And San is like, well, dude, I'll take every base on the map. And Life is like, dude, what a relief, brah. What a relief, man. Same crap we saw last time. The double spires here are getting double upgrades. I know I'm actually looking at the map screen. Because, you know, again, big push in the middle. Right? Look at the big push. Ooh. We have Archons here. Ooh, ooh. Oh, there's storms going on. Oh. Ooh, and it's used for our drop. Ooh. Worst drop location on the map. Nothing to threaten here. Gonna kill the base. So what? Who cares? Life has 3 extremely critical, highly defended bases on the right side that have received no threats. Now we might say, well, San didn't know. Oh, he knew. Oh, he better have known. You're gonna know. Bro. The biggest challenge right now for Life is to say, should I be building more swarm hosts or should I be building more corruptors? You just get a lot of both and then you're fine. If you're ever confused, just build the defensive structure that solves the other problem. Oh no, didn't build enough corruptors? Surprise, motherfucker, spores! Boom! This game just hurts. I mean, oh my god, look at him go. Look at him go! Tempests are being produced. You know what Tempests are going to do? Do the same thing as the name of a Brood War Pro. Nada. Wow, except this isn't like 3 MSL championships and nada. This is just nothing. This is like what freaked out Ernest Hemingway sort of nada. Nada be thy name. That's what I'm talking about, man. Straight literary up in this. See how he has these bases? Attrition is the name of the WCS game. I mean, there's nothing really going on here. I'm going to show you the game. I'm going to show you what happened, and maybe I'll show you another game as well, just for shits and giggles. This makes commentary hard because the commentary is done. I'm being a little bit, facetious here, just kind of, talking about eye roll and all that stuff. But if you're Zerg and you're here, you're done. You did the strategy. You won the game. Now you need to wait for Protoss to accept that you won. Protoss is like the person that you broke up with. You're just like, I just can't do this. And they're like too agreeable. They're like, sure, that's cool, man. We're over. Totally, I understand. But then they actually still like, text you every day and ask to hang out and stuff. And you're like, actually, we're broken up. Yeah, absolutely. I get it. I completely agree with you. And I'm happier, actually. I'm happier that we're over. And you're like, yeah, I just really need you to understand that. And then one day they do, and that's when they get knocked out of the championship running for $100,000. That's right, baby. My relationships are high stakes. But I think it's important not to get overly confused as a Zerg player, and to think that you need to do anything other than to deny this base and to deny this base. Who's going to take these bases? Well, you are, once this and this and this are mined out. You're sitting still until you're mined out, and then you're going to apply pressure here. I have a lot of respect for San trying to, do this long-range buggeroo stuff. A pair of swarm hosts, no problem. And yeah, I'm happy to take any questions while this is going on, if anyone wants to fire about it. Locusts actually counter Tempest because the Tempest shoot the Locusts like responsible air units. Like a responsible air unit. Yeah. I mean, the game's done. Protoss didn't apply pressure to these bases, and he needed to have. He just needed to have. So Wondertunge says, so did Sean just admit that this is unbeatable? I would describe this not as unbeatable. I would describe this particular state as a one state for Zerg. Which, I mean, there's countless one states. Just what happens typically is the person who has lost is like, oh, alright, well, I quit. Cool. But, it doesn't feel intuitively right as Protoss to have, like 7k in the bank and be like, oh, I'm screwed. Yeah, the game's done. It's a done game if it can get to this state. Now, we saw it get to a similar state and Life lost. Why? Because this last expansion, Zest kept killing off. Zest just killed it again and again and again, and Life, his money plummeted down again and again and again, and he just could not get it together. But in this state, I mean, like, what can Protoss possibly do? I mean, look at the units lost. There are game states in a resource-based strategy game where one player simply has too many resources and therefore cannot lose. And all it takes is for the other person to accept it. And what's the counter for that? Well, the 35 minutes before he got to infinite resources that you could have killed him. But the game's done. The game is absolutely done. 100%. Only heinous errors would cause this to get lost. Why are these pulls happening? Well, I mean, if you just do the analysis, you are getting infinite free things. Swarm host. Notice how swarm hosts, they're not going anywhere, man. Look at swarm host. Don't overcomplicate it. You see that responsible, prudent move from Life? He's not trying to kill base. He doesn't need to kill a base. He doesn't need to do it. He has the most efficient army that has ever been possible for Zerg. Broodlord and Fester, get out of town. I have swarm hosts. Like Life, I mean, he looks like he wants to do this, but never get confused. If you have low APM, just leave him still. Maybe this will get established, and maybe I will become the governor of California. Just maybe. It's a possibility. I understand. I understand I'm charismatic, and I have a really good understanding of policy. Yeah. Yep, there it is. It's a done game. No reason to play it. But here we are, we're playing it. We got 10 minutes left of this game. 10 minutes left. I thought that this daily would actually end quickly. Because of the shortness of games 1 and 2. Then all of a sudden that idea of establishing the benchmarks, the timestamps, worked out so well. Utori says, Day 9, how much map control does the Zerg require for absolute victory? It seems in this match that Life had absolute control of the map, which makes his victory assured. In fact, Life had no control of the map at almost any point, which is why I am so impressed at this strategy. Map control, I define map control as the ability to waltz comfortably around the middle of the map and then back home, full well knowing that there's no threat that could kill you at any point in time. That definition, though, is nice and rigorous. It doesn't tell you what map control actually is. Map control is the idea that the other dude is scared to leave his base because he just knows you're somewhere out there and he doesn't know how strong you are. So the player without map control has to wait for some key amount of units or some key mixture of units to emerge and go attack the player who has map control. So San had map control almost the entire game. For almost the whole damn game. Look at that sickening units lost at. Yeah, you want this base Protoss, huh? Unit count shows 2 probes. Get toasted. Boom. Come here. Come to King Life. Oh my god. Oh my god. Alright, so yeah, just mine out all the bases. Easy. Easy. Take it quickly. No, take it slowly. No map control needed, just swarm hosts, the anti-map control unit. It says, I don't need map control, I have free units. Be free. Be the locust. Be free. San coming in, sweeping out, killing stuff. Doesn't matter. If you said yes, try one more time. I'll give you a second chance. Oh, yes, getting yoinked on. Get your freak on. Why is he engaging? Because there are no Templars. Why is San leaving? Because the game was done 30 minutes prior. Done. Now, notice that right after that victory was achieved, Life didn't move any of his swarm hosts. Because it's a done game. Boom! Boom! Actually, do I got my fire? Do we got some fire up in this? Boom! Shit. Okay, hold on. Oh, this is gonna look real stupid. Boom! Man, that is dumber than I thought it would look. Hold on, let me remove my room here. Let me get my... It's not cropped. Oh, God. Oh, you see the shadow here. Oh, what went wrong? Something went real wrong. This looked real dumb. Okay, actually, let's do this like some sick CG. No, not that window. No, not that one. Okay, I have to move the fire here. I have to then scroll like this. Here we go. Oh, this is not nearly as funny as I thought. Oh, man. Hey, Gabe, here's your screenshot. I'm on fire. What's happened to my head? Let me scratch my head. Batman, I'm still burning. Alright, just so you know, at least I have a little bit of neck. Yeah, there it is. Yeah. Ooh, it's hot in here. Alright. Oh, God. Dude, Austin, oh, God. Ah, Jesus, Austin. Hey, can you turn sub mode off? Twitch logged me out, and I can't log back in. Da-dum, ba-da-dum. Batman! Alright, I'm willing to take any questions. How do you like my face? How do you like my face? My face is flaming in here. I'm ready to take the questions about this series. Splice Stream says, Day 9 TV, how do you feel lurkers will change Zerg late game? Well, I don't know. That's my honest answer. I have no idea. I haven't the slightest idea. I really don't. I mean, I know how it worked in Brood War. I can tell you all about that. TrizBG says, what are your biggest regrets from college? I don't think I had regrets from college. I had a great time at college. Jim Faustus asked from literally Batman. Yes, that is correct. Landot in the Zex says, Day 9, how'd you get so good at math? Although I have a deep hatred of it purely because of my inability to get questions right, I need to understand it for my degree. Just work at it, man. Just work at it. There's this great talk about how the reason people like things, or what is it? Things that you know many people for are not the things that they were originally good at. And what happens is a person does that thing and then has a slightly good experience, so they work at it a little more, which gives them another slightly good experience, and they work at it a little more, and so on and so on and so forth. So, I mean, for me, I had, like, a couple good experiences streaming early on, and I was like, oh, let me just keep doing that. And then after, like, Jesus, 5 years, I'm still streaming. So, I mean, with math, it's the same thing. You may have had negative experiences that made you stop, but just work at it. Work at it, work at it, work at it, and then you'll hit that first experience that was pretty good. And then you'll start to just be very, very, very good at a thing. Second of all, I'm not actually that great at math. But I appreciate you saying so. OGYD102 says 3 hatch before pool against Terran or Zerg. I'll let you answer that question. Zerg, look, no, just don't do it against Zerg. With Terran, there are spots, but you need to create your timestamps. You need to say what would kill me, and then make a test version and see if you die to that. Like, for instance, if someone just goes barracks, gas, reaper, and attacks, and then sees that you have 3 hatches, well, then they'll just kill you with the bunker, right? Let's take one more question. Potato Wrath. Oh, what a completely appropriate question. Said, what is my most successful cosplay? Well, Potato Wrath, I hung a potato over my crotch, and when people said, what are you for Halloween? I told them, I'm a dictator. See you tomorrow for some Hearthstone as I try to drive my way up to legend.